Hey man, welcome to my little shop.
I have a 40 by 60, 14-foot eave height, so I can get my camper in here. This is my wife's 69. It is work in progress. I can't show you the engine because I have it all taped up. You wasn't supposed to see them. Anyway, I bought the car for $3,000. There was absolutely nothing in it. No doors, no fenders, but one, and no hood, no deck lid, nothing. So far, I've gotten it this far. The engine cranks and runs. It's got a mild cam in it. I'm in the process of shaving, as you can see all the dust on the floor. Drops on the quarters. I actually fabbed up this drop right here because it was in bad shape. Bought the doors off of a 70 Mustang, which they're the same. The parts car I have is a coupe, which everything on the coupe front end fit my wife's car. I put a rack and pinion steering on it. And after I finished it, whenever I turned the wheels to the right, it would turn left. And whenever I turned left, it would turn right. So I had to build me a little gearbox to put on her car, that would reverse everything. Maybe I can show you that at a later date. But anyway, this is the car that you had questioned me about. This is Lisa. She is a 67 fastback. When I bought her, she was also just a shell, but at least I had two fenders and a hood and a few other things, not much. But as you can see, I took the whole front clip off of the car, except for the, I never can remember what these things are called. Anyway, except for them, and I fabbed up my own frame. Let's see if I can get in position. Let's see. I put a rack and pinion front steering K-member out of a 97 Mustang. I built my own little brackets to the back to add to the unibody. I done some frame connections on it. They're frame connections. There's nothing that I bought for this car off the line. I built everything myself. Had a really wicked bump steer, so I added blocks to my tie rod ends and took care of it. It was real scary for the bump steer. What we have for our engine is a dual overhead cam V8 out of a 97 Mustang Cobra, which I bought in Macon, Georgia from a lady. Her sister-in-law actually and best friend got killed in the car. She had wrecked it. It was a convertible Mustang, and she got killed. And that is the reason for my car being named Lisa. I bought her car and promised her that I would build mine in memory of Lisa Taylor. And I have held up my bargain. Even took the car back to Macon, Georgia to let Jill, which is the lady I bought it from, drive it. And it was pretty awesome. Here is a independent rear suspension. As you can see, I had to modify it in order to mount it to the existing brackets on the car. That way I wouldn't have to manufacture anything or buy a rear end. This is a rear end out of an 04 Cobra. It's got 373 gear ratio, which is really high revving for this car. I'd really like to put the 327s back in it. Here is my fuel tank that I built myself. I fabbed it up, measured it, got it pretty close, a little closer than what I wanted, but still in all, that's where it meets the roll pan for the back. Rear valance, whatever you want to call it. The wheels are two-piece wheels. They are welded together. Let me get a light. There are two wheels welded together to get me my 9.5 inches that I wanted wheel spacing to put a nice fat tire on the back. All right, let's let her down and I'll show you the rest of the car. This is not her home. Her home is actually where the parts car is for my wife's car. But since it's a dead car, it gets to stay on the rack, four-post rack. See the 97 Mustang Cobra wheels? I tried to build this car completely in memory of Lisa, because the people that I bought it from, they were pretty broke up whenever they seen me driving off with the car. I think I'm gonna set this phone down over here somewhere. That way I can wrap up this cover. All right, there she is. And there is a pretty bad dent in the hood where we have shut it so many times, and this cheap metal hood is from actually, let's see, who was it? CJ Pony Parts. There's the engine, radiator, fan shroud. My first attempt at aluminum welding. It works. That's all that matters. She's got ABS, airbags, power brakes. As you can see, I moved the firewall back 8 inches in order to accommodate everything for the interior. Motor sits pretty far back. I could put a mean blower in the front of it, but I thought I'd keep it stock, so therefore, you know, I wouldn't blow it up and mess up Lisa's engine. Front disc brakes, of course. The inside of it is out of the 97. Still got to do something with the switches for the windows. I haven't done anything else with it. I put power seats, both sides in it. That way it'd be easy. I don't know if you can see it. It probably can't see it. A friend of mine that I bought the car from, his name is Leon, gave me the folding back rear seat for this car. I put in the center console and cut part of it off in order to be able to accommodate the seat folding up. Otherwise, the seat wouldn't fold up. Everything is stock from the 97 with the exception of the sheet metal. And she's even got a trunk popper. Well, you gotta hold her down sometimes. A little tight on the seal. But anyway, this is it. I did not do an Eleanor because I do not like Eleanor packages. I've had several people ask me why I didn't do it. That way I could call it a True Cobra. When actually it is a True Cobra because this is Lisa's car. Now I built all of the, if you can see the firewall, I mean not the firewall but the inner fenders. I went to the junkyard and found me a Mustang, 97 Mustang, and cut the front end off of it. I used the firewall out of it and the shock towers. And I manufactured all of the inner structure for the accommodation of the hood, the grill, and everything. It's an extensive build. If you go to my Facebook page and look at all my uploads, you'll be able to see everything that I've done in the past 7 or 8 years. I think I've had it. I don't really remember when I actually bought the car, but you can see everything on Facebook because I put everything on there. But anyway, this is it. I hope you like it.